Hey guys, what's up? Hope all is well. It's your boy Balmesh, aka Motivation Master TNT. I'm just here today. I want to talk to you all a little bit about education. I want to talk to you all a little bit about assets and entrepreneurship, right? Education is very, very important. But in today's world, there is a problem with the traditional education system. Now, bear with me a little bit, right? From an entrepreneur's perspective, the traditional schooling system and education system is not designed to teach you to create real wealth and create abundance in your life. It teaches you to become an employee. So if you want to become an employee, you need to go to school, you need to get an education. If you want to become something like an engineer, doctor, a lawyer, a teacher, whatever the case may be, you have to go to school and get an education to fit one of those rules in society. But I'm here to talk to the entrepreneurs. If you truly wish to be an entrepreneur, to create generational wealth for your family, to have financial stability and security in these different things, then your mindset needs to be a little bit different. Your focus needs to be a little bit different, right? So what do I mean by that? Instead of focusing on the traditional education system, you should focus on self-education, self-learning. Invest in your education through different means and methods, right? Education can be found anywhere today. You can go online, you can go to Google and you can search for anything you wish to learn. Just make sure you go to reliable sources. You can go on YouTube, you can type up anything you want to learn, and there's somebody to teach you that skill, right? To help you to learn and to understand how to execute upon something. Now, you don't have to depend on the regular schooling system to give you the education you need. I'm not saying that school is bad. The problem is that most of us, if you're like me, you would have learned growing up in society. You go to school, you get a good education, you come out of school, and then you get a job, right? You get a government job, a high-paying job. The reality is that most people, the majority of the world who are in that category of an employee, they are living, right, month to month. They are living paycheck to paycheck, and they can't move forward from that, right? They are stuck in that cycle of paying bills and getting into debt and trying to get out of debt, and that cycle just goes over and over and over, right? If you want to get out of that cycle, you have to learn how to set up a profitable business. It is said in this day and age, if you don't have a business that is online, if your business is not online, you do not have a business. Take that into consideration. So it's very important to tap into some system that is online and provide you with the education you need and all these different things to be able to create generational wealth and financial stability for your family. I just want to talk to you all about a book that I read, right? And this book is called Rich Dad Poor Dad. It's one of the books that changed my perspective. It's one of the books that made a big difference in helping me to create the right mindset, right? Because I would have worked various jobs, I would have done different things and trying to find my path and discover my path, right? And then I realized that that was not enough. That was not giving me the lifestyle I wanted. It was not helping me to achieve the things that I want in life for myself and for my family. With that being said, reading that book, it's written by a guy by the name of Robert Kiyosaki, and he talks about his rich dad and his poor dad. So his poor dad is his father, who was a college professor, and then he had his rich dad, who was his friend's dad, right? Who would have given him advice on wealth and creating wealth and all of that. Now, his poor dad always had the concept of, we cannot afford that, we cannot afford that, we cannot afford that. The difference with an individual who has a wealthy mindset, because wealth is not in your pocket, it's in your mind, yeah? So the difference with an individual who has a wealthy mindset, they do not say, I cannot afford that. They say, how can I afford that? What do I need to do in order to be able to afford that? And they go out and they create wealth. They go out and they create success. Yeah? One of the major problems that the average individual faces is that we are tied up in the cycle of debt, and we have the banks and all of these things, financial institutions, controlling us, right? They are controlling us. What we are normally taught is when income comes, right? When your salary comes to you, what you do, you take that money and the first thing you start going out and doing is clearing your bills and clearing your debts, and you pay for all of those things first, right? And then whatever little you have left over, that is what we tend to save. The key to having success, one of the key things, I want you all to take note of this, is that you must pay yourself first. No matter what percentage out of your money that comes, you must pay yourself first. You know why? Anytime, this is how money works. Money is energy, right? Anytime your focus is that when money comes, it has to go into bills, it has to go to clear my debts, right? You will be caught up in a cycle of your money always leaving. It will flow through you and it will just leave. It will flow through you and it will just leave. And I'm sure that many of you are going through this right now. And you ask yourself, people ask me this question many times. Like, I am earning, I am creating income, but guess what? The money does not stay. And it has nothing to do with anything else. It just has to do with your mindset. It has to do with you understanding how to manage money. Because that, we were not taught that in school. Even if you do a business degree, they do not teach you how to handle money. They do not teach you how to manage, right? Finances and all of these different things, right? These are things that you need to learn in the real world, right? So, with that being said, we tend to spend a lot of our money on liabilities. We waste our money buying things that we do not need, that we have to later sell. Yeah? We have to end up selling the things that we do need. Yeah? Later on. Because we buy the things that we want in the beginning. We don't just buy what we need. In the beginning, when you are creating income, your goal is supposed to be to start putting aside some money to invest. Bear with me. Normally, again, if you grow up with a regular background like myself, you would have been taught you can't invest until you have and until you save a lot. That is not true. You need to start, yes, stacking some a little bit, whatever the percentage is. If you can start with 5%, right? You start stacking and you start taking and investing it somewhere. Find a means or method to invest through the financial markets or learn about stocks. So there are many different means and methods through which you can invest. Learn, educate yourself, and try to multiply your money. So it's not about the salary just coming in and then you don't multiply, because guess what? You will have none left. You will keep spending the money and you will not have your money growing. The wealthy understand the difference with the wealthy and the people who have the poor mindset is that the wealthy have systems in place. They understand the concepts of multiplying their money. They generate income, they generate cash flow, they take the money and multiply. As I said before, guys, pay yourself first. When you start with that mentality, guess what? Every time your paycheck comes and you pay yourself first, you take a little bit out of that and that goes towards you and things that you really need to do, right? When you do that, you actually put yourself in a state of flow where that money is going to come and flow in, right, to your life, and it's going to stay creating more abundance instead of it flowing in to your life and then going back into bills, flowing into your life and going into debts. Yeah? Guess what? When you do it this way and you pay yourself first, you will have to live off of what remains. You wouldn't just have high expenses and then you have nothing else left, right, to invest and save and stuff. Pay yourself first, put some aside to save, put some aside to invest, a little percentage, right? Start with small amounts, as I said, small percentages. Eventually it will grow, right? You do this and then whatever remains, that is what you live off of. So you force yourself to live within your means then, basically, because most of us, the problem with us is that it's not that we are not creating cash flow, it's not that we aren't generating income. The problem is when the money comes, we do not know how to manage it properly. So today I just wanted to talk to you all quickly about that and give you some knowledge, some information. Again, there are many more videos that are going to come like this. I want to share whatever I am learning with you guys, right? Maybe I have not achieved all the great levels of success that I want as yet, but guess what? It is coming. I am gonna get there, and I want to make sure that I take you guys on this journey. I share this information, whatever I'm learning, so that you can learn as well, so it can help you, so that it can impact your life, right? Because knowledge has no value unless it is shared. So I want to make sure I share this information with you guys, right? So that you can learn, you can grow, you can develop yourselves, and we can all move forward together, right? And we can head to the top. As we always say, I'll see you at the top. Why? Because the bottom is way too crowded. Peace out, guys.